Good evening. Indian Defense Force is the strength of India. I told you many times that we are living very happily and peacefully in the country. This is because we are being protected by our armed forces. So maybe Army, Air Force, or Navy. So when it comes to Army, so this is one of the very important defense forces. But most of the times, even today also, Army is using the weapons which have been made indigenously. So there is a necessity to replace these machinery or weapons with the latest machines of latest technology. So that is the reason why this is a mechanism how you will strengthen your defense system, especially army. And you need to get the carbides. You must have heard about the carbides many times. So whenever you want any new weaponry, or whenever you want to empower or strengthen your system, decisions must be taken. So when it comes to Army, Air Force, or Navy, so whenever you want to get the new weaponry system, the decisions must be finalized by the cabinet headed by the Prime Minister. So this is the ultimate thing. So Prime Minister has to come into the picture. But please remember, before the cabinet comes into the picture, with the knowledge of the Prime Minister of India, decisions can be initiated, meaning the process can be initiated, and you can come to the near decision in a council, and that council is called Defense Acquisition Council. Fine, so please remember this. So that's the reason why, so before something goes to the cabinet, in cabinet you have all the cabinet ministers. Right, so you need not inform any cabinet minister, but information has to be given to the Prime Minister that you are discussing on something, and the decisions can be this processed. You may come to the near decision. Finally, that can be placed before the cabinet, where with the approval of the Prime Minister, final decision will be taken by the cabinet, and you will be allocating money for purchasing those weapons. But the point is that here, for the examination point of view, what are the new weapons that we are getting? We are going to get. I'm going to tell you now, right? But the point here is that in the examination, there may be a possible question that who is the chairman of the Defense Acquisition Council. So please remember this. Whenever we come across with the defense of India, the important people who come to our mind is that Army Chief, Navy Admiral, and Air Marshal. Right? So these three people will come. Apart from this, Constitution has vested the power of supreme command of armed forces in the President of India. We know that. So President is the supreme command of armed forces. Right? In that capacity only, the President is appointing Army Chief, Air Marshal, and Navy Admiral. That all the things we know already discussed. Right? And since President of India is a nominal executive, meaning de jure head of the country, real head, meaning the Prime Minister of India, who is considered to be the de facto head of the nation, will take all the decisions. Right? Of course, from time to time, the Prime Minister is updating the de jure head, the President of India. But in reality, all the powers are vested with the Prime Minister. So whenever it comes to defense, the people who are coming across, our mind is that Army Chief, Air Marshal, Navy Admiral, the President of India, and the Prime Minister. Right? But here the question is that who is the head of the Defense Acquisition Council? Please remember, in the examination, out of 4 options, 3 will be given from the list that I have just told you, and 4th will be defense ministers. And please remember, whoever is the defense minister, that defense minister will be the head of the Defense Acquisition Council. As of today, our defense ministry is Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, and she is the head of the Defense Acquisition Council. Am I clear? So lots of discussions will take place. So what is the number of the weapons that we need, and what should be the technology, and where is it available, at what price that we are going to get? All these discussions will be taking place in the Defense Acquisition Council, and finally it goes before the cabinet with the approval of the Prime Minister, final decision will be taken, right? And sometimes, you need to take decisions on fast track basis, in the sense, you know, you already have given some order for some weapons, but new weapons with the new technology have come into the picture and India wants that. Then, though there is an existing order in the queue, you may overtake that one because of the importance of these new weapons. Clear? So this is called the faster track. Clear? So regarding that, I have some information, and I also have got two questions with me, and two are very, very important, right? So one is already I told you, Defense Acquisition Council, and second one is with respect to olive Ridley turtle. What is that? Let's see. But before that, I have some information and I would like to share that information with you. Look at this. So what we are using as now is this INSAS. This is indigenously made, arms. It stands for Indian National Small Arms System, right? But last year, what happened? See here, 2018, very clear, 2018. Though the decision was taken in 2018 with respect to procuring new weaponry system, so far it has not been happened, right? So in January 2018, Defense Acquisition Council approved purchase of 72,400 assault rifles and 93,895 carbines. Please remember this one: assault rifles and carbines. Who took the decision? Decision was taken by, the so-called, Defense Acquisition Council, and the total worth was rupees 3,547 crores. And Defense Acquisition Council wanted to acquire this through fast track procurement. Is that okay? But from where are you getting all these? That is important. Very, very, very important. This assault rifles, we are getting it from United States of America, and carbines are being supplied by UAE, United Arab Emirates. Is that okay? And these two new weaponry system will be equipping our front line soldiers. Very, 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 very important. You have to remember what is INSAS, right? What is a DAC? It stands for Defense Acquisition Council. And what are the new weapons that we are going to get, right? On which the decision has already been taken by Defense Acquisition Council in January 2018, right? And from which country we are getting assault rifles? So, and from which country we are getting carbines? All are important for the examination. Now, I would like to show you the question for which you already know the answer. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Who of the following is the chairman of Defense Acquisition Council, right? And whenever you look at the question in the examination with respect to defense, don't jump onto the answer like, the president. Clear? It is not the president of India, just now told you, as it is the defense minister. But what about the President of India? President of India is the supreme command of armed forces. Please remember this. In that capacity only, he is appointing the heads of our defense forces. Clear? So what is the option? C is the correct answer for this question. Right? And also remember the name of our defense minister, right? Mrs. Nirmala Sita Raman. Next, very, 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 very important one. Every year this is there in the news. Which of the following beaches in the east coast is famous for olive Ridley sea turtles? So this is a kind of turtles. They will reach, one of the beaches here on the east coast. And that beach is very much famous for these turtles. And they come for, this nesting, mass nesting. And this is the season, and this is very much there in the news because so far the mass gathering has not taken place. That's the reason why this is very much there in the news. Which of the following beaches in the east coast is famous for olive, Ridley, sea turtles? Is it Rishikonda? Rishikonda is in Andhra Pradesh. Is it Dhanushkodi, Tamil Nadu, or Baghali, that's in West Bengal, or Rushikulya? Rushikulya is in Odisha, right? And option D is the answer. So this is Rushikulya. Please remember, my dear friends, option D is the answer. Look at this. The turtles reach here for mass nesting. And another very important point, look at the last line on the screen. The nesting is already occurred in Gahirmata coast of Odisha. So this is another coast, another beach that is present in Odisha. Even that place is also very famous for this mass nesting by olive Ridley sea turtles. Clear? Very, 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 very important. And with respect to olive Ridley sea turtles, very frequently there were questions. Even I saw one time, I saw this question in the what is called IES, in Indian Engineering Service Exam. Of course, now the syllabus for IES with respect to GS has been changed, but otherwise, earlier I saw this question in that particular one, and this happens every year, right? And whenever there is a type of this delay of their gathering, again that will be there in the news. If it is there in the news, that may be a possible question in any examination. That's the reason why don't leave anything and keep reading everything. Thank you so much for being with me this evening, and I'll see you tomorrow with more current affairs. Thank you so much.